Shalom, today is January 23rd. Israel is at war for 109 days. Together we'll watch Channel 11. We're beginning with hard and heavy news as Israel is dealing with one of the hardest incidents it has to deal with since the beginning of the war. 21 soldiers fell in the center of the Gaza Strip during battle yesterday as they were creating a barrier, a partition, a buffer zone between Israel and Gaza. The objective of the operation was to explode houses, to flatten them out, to create this burial zone, and 21 soldiers died. We'll listen soon to some of the first learned lessons of this incident, but first let's see their names and faces. Nir Binyamin, 29 years old from Givatayim. All of these, by the way, are reserve duty soldiers that left everything. Ariel Mordechai Wolfstone, 28 years old from Elazar, and here's Matan Lazar, 32 years old from Haifa. Sergei Gontenmacher, 37 years old from Ramat Gan. Barak Chaim, 33 years old from Rishon LeZion. Mark Kononovich, 35 years old from Herzliya. Rafael Elias Moshayov, 33 years old from Pardes Chana Karkur. Itamar Tal, 32 years old from Mesilot. Adam Bismuth, 35 years old from Karnei Shomron. Shai Biton Chayun, 40 years old from Zichron Yaakov. Daniel Kazao Zagia, 38 years old from Yokneam Ilit. Yoav Levi, 29 years old from Yehud Monson. Elkanah Wiesel, 35 years old from Neid Kalim. Hadar Kaplok, 23 years old from Avov Beitar. Elkanah Yuda Safez, 25 years old from Kiryat Arba. Yuval Lopez, 27 years old from Alon Shuvot. Nicolas Berger, 22 years old from Jerusalem. Cedric Gerin, 23 years old from Tel Aviv. Ahmad Abu Latif, 26 years old from Rahat. Israel Sokol, 24 years old from Karnei Shomron. Sagi Idan, 24 years old from Rosh Ha'ain. May the memory of these fallen be blessed. We'll begin with the last message of one of the fallen, Elkanah Wiesel. This is his last letter before he continued to Gaza. He says, when a soldier falls in battle, it's sad, but I'm asking you to be happy. Don't be sad when you say goodbye to me. Please continue to be optimistic. Continue to choose life. Live. And here's a report about the hard incident that happened yesterday. Here we see the explosion that shook the refugee camp, they say. And they say this is the hardest incident that happened since the ground maneuver began 3 months ago. Here's the Chief of Staff, Herzi Halevi. He's announcing the death of the soldiers. These are reserve soldiers that left work, left families, just to protect Israel, to fight for the land. He says if there's any comfort for the families, the objective of the operation where these soldiers died was to create a buffer zone of protection to protect the Israelis when they come back. Here's Kisufim, the Israeli kibbutz that would have been protected. The soldiers crossed the border into Gaza Strip, into here. Here's the refugee camp. 600 meters deep, not so deep. 4 p.m. Here are the soldiers, the military soldier, the IDF soldiers. They're going to explode this. They fill these buildings with explosives in order to flatten this out. With a tank that's supposed to protect them, but 2 terrorists come and surprise them, shooting an RPG to the tank, killing 2, and shooting another RPG to the building, which creates a chain of explosives. 19 soldiers died in 2 of the buildings. And for the next 10 hours, many rescue forces worked together to rescue the fallen, to rescue even injured ones in this completely destroyed site. This is the first time that so many rescue forces are working together since the beginning of the war. Here's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying that the IDF is going to investigate thoroughly this incident. And the Minister of Defense, Yoav Gallant, is saying that we will continue to fight as these soldiers were fighting for the protection of the land. The question that's turned to the military reporter, Ro'i Sharon, is could this operation have been done differently? For instance, why didn't these 2 buildings that the IDF was working on exploding, why were they not exploded from the air? So he's answering air explosions would happen if there is a danger of some sort of tunnel shaft within the building or some terrorist hiding within the building. That was not the case. But he raises a different question. At what point does a building that protects the soldiers as they enter into it and they're protected from the outside turns to a dangerous place as they're putting explosives, and the amount of explosives is dangerous to them already, as in this point, as in this case. Here we see the Israel military here preparing these two buildings for explosions with explosives in it. The tank is supposed to protect them, but the two terrorists are surprising them with RPGs, shooting the tank and shooting the buildings that crash on 19 soldiers. This reporter is saying that since the beginning of the war, 270,000 reserve soldiers have been enlisted to serve in the Israeli military. And in this case, where 21 soldiers just died, it's from all over the country, from north to south. And we see here the many different names of villages and towns, from Orthodox Jewish, from secular Jewish, to even Bedouins. So you see the effort is very broad, from a broad range of Israelis serving Israel. Next is about more battles in Khan Yunis, in the heart of the city, in South Gaza Strip. The Israeli military found an extensive tunnel used for terrorism and a factory used to create rockets that shoot and launch into Israel. Many terrorists were killed in this operation, and here 3, 2, 1, and there they go and explode it. And the commander is saying on the connection that we're demolishing an infrastructure that is used by the enemy against Israel. Hamas is using a school for terrorism, something that differentiates between Israeli military and Hamas. More and more Gaza citizens are moving towards the Rafah city, away from Khan Yunis, because the ground maneuver is so extended in Khan Yunis. Right now we will listen to IDF spokesperson Daniel Hagari. He begins with the names of the soldiers: Daniel, Shai, Adam, Itamar, Ahmad, Elkanah, Sergei, Nir, Sagi, Mark, Israel, Rafael, Barak, Cedric, Nicholas, Yoav, Yuval, Elkanah, Ariel, Adar, Matan, David, Eli, Ve'eyal. Those are the names of 21 soldiers protecting of the land and lovers of the land that fell yesterday in the battle over near Kisufim. In the name of all of the IDF, I'm taking part in the grieving of the families in this hard hour. The price of this war is heavy and painful. The fighters fought with great bravery, great courage, from all of the different parts of the Israeli society, from all of the sectors and from all around the country. They've sacrificed their lives to protect Israel. May their memory be blessed. He's saying that the soldiers are continuing in their mission in the central of Gaza because of the responsibility we have to change the security situation in the Gaza Strip. He says the IDF soldiers throughout all of Gaza are continuing to fight, south, central, north, but especially in Khan Yunis, in the hard headquarters or stronghold of Hamas, as Hamas terrorists, many Hamas terrorists are hiding and surprising the IDF soldiers, and the soldiers of Israel are fighting bravely with a lot of courage, with craftiness, together with fire from above, from the air, and much intelligence. They're finding tunnels and factories that are used for terror against Israel. So for more updates and stories, go to allisrael.com, follow us on social media, and share this YouTube channel with your friends. This is Rotem Magen for All Israel News.